Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Tea's Talk Time. I'm your host, Teresa Smith. I know it's been a while since I've been on, but life has been lifing. But enough about that. Today's episode is episode 2 of my app developer journey. So let me continue from where I left off. Well, I did not listen to the principal for long. Since the computers were still in my room when the school year started, I began setting them up during my prep periods while hiding in the back of my classroom with the lights off. I just felt it would be a waste of city money to have those computers sit and collect dust in the back of the room. In a few weeks, I'd explored all the software that came with the computers, and I felt I was efficient enough to teach my students how to use the software too. So I began scheduling 4 students per period to work on the computer. The software included independent drills and lessons related to each of the academic areas of study I taught as an elementary school classroom teacher. So the students' time on the computer would only enhance their understanding of the actual lessons I taught each day. The students, of course, thought it was a reward to use the computers. We all used the basic programs on the computers, like the word processing component, to type up and print out their poetry, essay, and projects. I taught them to add graphics to their work, among other things. On Fridays, I'd let them use their computer time to go to educational game sites, which they loved. All I had to do was to provide the paper for printouts. On holidays, I teach them to create greeting cards for their parents and even squeeze in a few printable word search puzzles for free time. Oh, we really loved combining technology with our curriculum. However, the principal was not too thrilled. When she saw my defiance, she was not pleased at all, but I continued in spite of her warnings. I knew the children were learning and thriving, so I continued integrating technology into lessons each day. What would you have done? Well, the computers were not moved for years, and I made good use of them in my classroom. Later, the district had a math and reading program installed for students to improve in those areas that the principal was required to make sure teachers were implementing. So I was way ahead of the curve. Still, I was not satisfied just utilizing software that only drilled the children and did not teach them programming. That was the trend in urban areas, while in rural areas, students were learning to code. I knew that from my student teaching days in an area called Bergen Beach, where I saw students in kindergarten using software teaching them to code. Those students probably ended up working at Apple and Microsoft. They probably created all the software you use today, while children in the urban areas did nothing but drills all day. Again, I digress. In my final years of teaching before my early retirement, there was a technological boom in education. I was given a laptop to use in my classroom, while students had to share carts of laptops with other classes on the grade or on the same floor. Of course, throughout those years, there was a computer lab class that students went to once a week. What they did there was a mystery to me. And I was one of the last teachers, believe it or not, to have a smart board installed in my classroom. So when I finally retired, I was determined to learn to code. Find out how I did it for free in the next episode. Be well, Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.